What's up?
Didn't you already go live this afternoon?
Yeah, we did with Instagram this morning, and I'm trying to do it with
YouTube now?
YouTube. See if I like pop in.
Fucking kid crabs. Are you going into YouTube right now? View channel. Live. Yeah, I got you up.
I'm up.
I just need the South Dakota Guard logo though.
Okay.
So just have to.
Here we are. Can you hear me now? Oh, there's probably a bit of a lag. All right. Well, hey, you probably know me, and my name's Aaron Ward. I'm with the South Dakota Army National Guard, and yeah, we're here live on YouTube. We're trying out some new things, and I think it's working. I think we're going right now. So, totally open to your questions here. As you might be able to tell, I had a cold last week, man. It was terrible. But yeah, basically the gist is I had a cold last week and trying to get over it. I'm pretty much over it, but I still definitely have like some stuff going on. That's for sure. But glad you guys could come here to the chat.
Basically, the gist is I had a cold last week and
some like new
trying to get over it. I'm
software,
pretty much
trying,
over
so
it,
hopefully you can
but
tell,
I
like,
still
the
definitely
blue in the
have
background,
like
everything like that,
some
and
stuff going on.
Yeah,
That's
we're just
for sure.
trying things out.
But
glad you guys
yeah,
could come here to the chat.
basically
We're trying out
the
some new
gist
things.
is
We're
I had a
getting
cold
camera
last
going on
week
here,
and
yeah, like here we are. New
trying to get over it. I'm
software,
pretty much
trying,
over
so
it,
hopefully you can
but
tell,
I
like,
still
the
definitely
blue in the
have
background,
like
everything like that,
some
and
stuff going on.
yeah,
That's
we're
for
just
sure.
trying things out.
But
glad you guys
yeah,
could come here to the chat.
basically
We're trying out
the
some new
gist
things.
is I had a cold last week and
Yeah,
like
here we are. New
trying to get over
software,
it. I'm pretty
trying,
much
so
over it,
hopefully you can
but
tell,
I
like,
still.
and I appreciate your support. So yeah, we're going. This is a good start. This is a good start. I sound a little gravelly, I know, but like I said, I had a terrible cold last week. Oh my goodness, it was terrible. Just completely full in the sinuses, and I sounded a lot worse. Actually, is what was going on. But here I am, and we're doing it day by day. And I'm doing a lot better, like way better right now. So, but yeah, just glad that you guys are in the chat with us right now. So feel free, fire away, whatever you want to talk about. I'm right here for you guys. It doesn't have to be guard related. It can be anything. I'm 42 years old. I've seen a few things. I've been around the world. Don't ask me for financial advice. And I'll tell you that I'm not an accountant, but I can give you some ideas. Was this ever my flashlight? This one was not my flashlight. I actually borrowed this from RSP. This thing is incredibly old. As you can probably see, it has a brass switch on the side, and this is a magnet, actually. So this is steel. It's a steel clip on here, and I have never seen a flashlight with a steel clip on it. I have one of these at home. I was like, oh, I need to return this thing, and I'll just use my own. Yeah, it has an aluminum clip on it, apparently. It doesn't work, so I still have this one. They pulled it out of some random box, and who knows how long they had it. But I like it. I like the vibe. Can you drink on base? Actually, yes, you can. It has to be after hours, obviously. There's certain rules that still apply, but there is actually an establishment here on base on Camp Rabbit. It's called the Coyote Den. It's there for special functions and for soldiers and for military members. It's kind of like an officers club. But yeah, there's things involved with it. Obviously, you can't go on a crazy, you know what I mean? But yeah, there's an establishment on base. Yeah. Other bases have places as well that's commonly referred to as the Class 6. But yeah, you can procure alcohol if you're of legal age. And hey, Ronaldo, appreciate you saying hi. All right back at you. Mitch Matt, I don't know what you're talking about. I haven't heard anything like that. As far as I'm tracking, everything's still going. We're still supporting our allies. So, I don't know. Maybe get your information from a credible source. So, don't listen to a bunch of rumors from people who are trying to maintain eyeballs and garner money from you. I'm not in the Navy. I'm in the Army National Guard, specifically from South Dakota. So, my dad was in the Navy. That was a long time ago. But yeah, let me know what other questions you guys got. So far, not a bad start. Appreciate you guys being with us here in the stream. So, why would you not believe I'm in the Army? I'm wearing a uniform. There's a state flag right behind me. I'm holding on to a green Vietnam-like era flashlight. It's pretty Army. I'm totally in the Guard. But yeah, let me know what other questions you guys got. So, if you guys can't tell, I work in an office. There's other people here. This is actually part of the marketing office. I'm actually sitting at my desk right now talking to you guys on this. Using my computer to do this. We're trying out some new stuff, so I don't have to use my phone, which is awfully nice. But this is where all the magic happens. This is where I edit my videos. This was where I write comments to everybody on the internet. Obviously, we're streaming, but we also do other stuff. Like we make banners. We make all the like graphic designs that go into running a state marketing thing for the National Guard. This is where like everything occurs that you would see in South Dakota related to the National Guard. Yeah, if you see a billboard or a banner or TV commercial, radio commercial, like anything of that sort in the state of South Dakota that relates to the National Guard, it at one point went through this office at one time. What do I think of Canada? I think it's up north. No, Canada's great. There has been a lot of great Canadians that have really contributed to American culture. I'm a big fan of John Candy. I have some other friends that live up in Canada. And yeah, Canada's great. And thanks for saying hi, Leo. So, yeah. Let's see. Rick Moranis, John Candy, pretty much anything from Second City. Yeah, it's pretty awesome. John Candy especially. Where am I from? I'm originally from Nebraska, from Valentine, Nebraska specifically. It's actually not terribly far away from South Dakota. I didn't move terribly far away. But I came up here when I got married. Sorry. Like I said, I had a cold last week. I'm still kind of getting over it if you can't tell. But yeah, wife lived up here in Rapid City, and so I came up here and we got married, and then I moved up here, and I was in the Army Reserve at the time. I had to drive down to Omaha, Nebraska to go to drill, and which was fine from Valentine, but when I moved up to Rapid City, man, it got quite a bit longer commute for the weekends, and yeah, so I quit the Army Reserve and I joined the South Dakota National Guard. Never looked back. I'm going to drink a little bit of water, sorry. Oh, so sorry, guys. like I said, still have a little bit of frog in my throat. So, anyway, great questions. Let's keep going. Let me know what you guys want to know. Literally here for anything. Damas, hi. Hi from Russia. I know you guys are watching us. I hope things are doing okay over there. Wish things would end. Yeah, wish things went back to normal. We'd see. Never seen something like this before, talking to an actual U.S. Army person in such a chill way. Well, thanks, Leo. I appreciate that. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do, is just, kind of let people know that people in the Army are, at the end of the day, just normal folks. I put my pants on one leg at a time, just like everyone else. I wake up in the morning, I give my wife a kiss and my kid a kiss goodbye, and I go to work. And yeah, it's pretty, yeah, it's nothing crazy. And there's thousands of folks, hundreds of thousands of folks just like me doing the same thing every day. It's just kind of a job. Granted, there's like some differences and stuff like that, but every single soldier that's in the Army was a regular civilian right before that. So I'm glad that you think I'm a chill guy. Maybe not a chill guy. Is it just a chill way? I'm a pretty chill guy. Oh, hey, hi from Manitoba. Appreciate it, Edmund. A lot of Canadians in the stream right now. What's most dangerous countries towards America right now? My friends in Canada. I don't think Canada is the most dangerous country. We had a question like that last time. The Army about 7 years ago started changing back over to training for like near peer. And what that means is just basically the way that we train and prepare ourselves and update all the skills that we have for the soldiers and the leaders and the units and like that. And essentially, so you call it like near peer. And so when we're talking about that, like, I'm not saying that we're like going to war with anybody. Let's make this clear. But what we do is that you assess threats and possible contingencies and really like as a lot of people say, like really it's just like Russia and China, like if you're looking at capabilities of countries and like countries that have been, semi-hostile to like just a possibility. I'm not saying anything's happening. I'm just saying like if something were to happen, it would most likely be with one of those two countries. And so you just prepare and plan. That's all it is. But it's not, don't get things twisted, okay, folks? Lessons, I don't even know what you're talking about. Try again. Leo, I appreciate it. I like to think that I'm a chill guy. Wow, Tanvir, that's a long ways away. Appreciate the love. Okay, Lessons, you're crazy. No. Some of y'all crazy. Why did we get into the live stream into the other half of the world? Guys, I'm in South Dakota. All right? Some of y'all need to like just chill out a little bit. Okay, if I'm not the most fit, what ways of exercise do you recommend to get healthier and get in good position to join the South Dakota National Guard? You're in Yankton. Appreciate DJP, DJF0909. So let's say that you're not in great shape, right? Simple things that you can be doing. And so the best thing that I can tell you is that you can never outwork a diet. And so to me, I feel like that's the most important thing you should probably focus on first. So what does that mean? It means no soda. Like it needs to be a special treat. So if you're like daily, look at all the sugar that you're consuming day to day, and cut out what you can. And with that, like I'm not saying go crazy ham with it. Don't like cut everything out. Don't go cold turkey because you need to do something that's sustainable for you, but you need to like keep progressing and get to a point that like is sustainable for you, right? So easy first thing to start with is like cut out candy, cut out soda, and cut out like the junk sugar that you're getting, right? And then eat a little bit healthier and start counting calories and just do like something that's sustainable. There's some great apps that are out there that can help you count calories and give you a reliable goal to reach. And yeah, just focus on that. When I was in between the reserve and the National Guard, I had put on some weight and I got up to like 270 pounds. Ugh, it was terrible. So I like really just focused on counting calories, just doing, some exercise, going out, running a couple of miles, doing some push-ups. Just, I didn't even go crazy with it. And I was able to cut off 50 pounds just basically from doing that, just cutting out the sweets, cutting out the sugar, and just focusing on my health. And yeah, felt a ton better. And yeah, that's about it. You don't have to be in peak physical condition to join the South Dakota Guard because as long as you're within a certain amount of height and weight limits, right? Once you do that, then you can join, you go to basic training, and it's a great workout program. I can tell you that when I went to basic training, I went in at 183 and I got out at 210 once I got done. And it was not fat. It was not fat at all. It was great. Yeah, joining the Army and going to basic training, one of the best things that happened in my life. Yeah, it was really good for me. So, yeah, I would just say try and lose some weight, see where you're at, talk to a recruiter. They can help you out. You know what I mean? A lot of recruiters are in really good shape, actually. They could like help you out along the way as well. But yeah, biggest thing is just diet, cutting out sugar, limiting your calories to a sustainable level, like you're not crashing, and lose some of that weight, and then get yourself into basic training. You'll put on some muscle. It'll be good. Okay, Lego Geek. That's awesome. I have a lot of respect for Marines, so I'm glad your brother-in-law is there. Like, I had to do a lot of missions out there at Parris Island, actually, and it was a very interesting time. Did I get permission? Yes, I did, actually. It's part of my job, Trevor. Let's see what else we got. Have I ever been deployed, Leo? Yes, I have. I've been deployed twice. So I was deployed in 2006 and 2009, both times to Iraq. 06 was very, very early in my career. And yeah, both times it was an interesting time. I'm really glad that I had a chance to do my job. Yeah, it was. I was very lucky. It was a very chill time for me, actually. Nothing really crazy happened, actually. It was just one of those things. I got there right before and got out right before the surge, and then was there during the drawdown, and that was basically it. So it's not very exciting, unfortunately, or fortunately, how you look at that. So. Yeah, but that's how I have this patch, and I have a few others that I can wear. This is called a combat patch or left sleeve shoulder insignia for overseas service, if you want the entire military term for that. Hey, Arksha. No, I'm really not. The military serves at the behest of the commander-in-chief, and it's an apolitical organization. Things don't really change very much for us, and if you're not willing to take orders, you really shouldn't be in the military. It's pretty simple. So, and parlez-vous anglais? Or no, that's Green's from France, so s'il vous plaît, appreciate it. Let's see what else we got. Yep, Leo. So that is the difference. The National Guard does fall underneath the governor of the state. It is technically, in a sense, sort of like a state militia, and that's why during like riots or something else like that, you would see the National Guard get deployed instead of the active army. That's because of a law called the Posse Comitatus Act, which is a law that prevents the active army from acting like a police force within the United States boundaries unless there is martial law declared. So that's kind of how that works out. Voluntold. That means voluntold means that you have been told to volunteer for something, Tom. Dyer, what if your weight is below average? Again, there's like limits. You can get waivers to join even if your weight is below average. I know that there is a minimum weight. Thankfully, I know that it can be hard to actually put on weight, but, it usually simple math applies. You put more calories in, the weight goes up. You have less calories, the weight goes down. So, just talk to a recruiter, see how much weight you have to put on, but that's just one of those things. What do I think of people from Minnesota? I think they're pretty chill people, if you get what my drift is. Manfred, hello, man. Howdy, man. Leo, appreciate it. Yep, everyone does their part. Lazy Squirrel, no, not really. I was there during 2 very calm periods, actually, and I have no complaints about that. So it is what it is. I have friends who had to do a lot more stuff, and yeah, it just happens that way. So yeah, I don't know. I don't have to brag about it. When I say I went over there, I went over there. But yeah, it was pretty chill for me, and yeah, that's just what happened. But I was prepared. I was prepared if something else was going to happen, but it just didn't happen that way. Ronaldo, you're from New York. I don't know about that. I personally am not a fan of the draft. Don't think that's going to happen. I don't want that to happen. I prefer having a volunteer army and a professional army, and it works out a lot better that way. My dad was in Vietnam, actually, and he told me about back when they had draftees. And yeah, in professional opinion, I don't think that's the way to go, especially these days. No, way better to have a professional volunteer army. Anyway, let me know what else we got. We got 16 watching right now. We got 22 minutes, 25 watching now. Wow. How about that? That was crazy. Somebody tell their friends that there's some chill National Guard guy on YouTube. Let me know. We've had a lot of great questions on here, and I appreciate you guys putting up with my voice. I had a terrible cold last week, but yeah, we're doing new things here. I got this whole new setup. I got this nice camera. I got this nice bokeh in the background with all this stuff going on. So I'm glad it's working out. Let me know. Let me know what you think. I'm just looking over here at the big screen. Hello from Europe. What part of Europe? Let me know. So I've been to a lot of parts of Europe. I was stationed in Europe when I was active Army. I was stationed in Germany. And then actually 2 years ago with the South Dakota National Guard, I was actually mobilized and went back to Germany for 10 months for a mission. It was awesome. And I got to go to a lot of different parts of Europe. I went to Norway, Poland, Croatia. It was pretty awesome. Never would have happened if I hadn't joined the National Guard. Hey, I appreciate that, Leo. I am stationed at Camp Rapid in Rapid City, South Dakota. Amateur sound editor. Germany. Guten Tag. Now you got a VGETS. Where in Germany were you? You gotta let me know. Yeah, agreed, Lazy. If I could go back and tell my younger self something, what would it be? Put more money into the S&P 500 and don't pull your money out and buy all the Ford stock when the crash occurred and don't buy the GM stock when the crash occurred. But oh well, didn't happen that way. That's probably what I would. Oh, and like buy Amazon and Google. Gorlitz. Nice. Oh, nice. Croatia is amazing. That is probably one of my new favorite countries in Europe. Yeah, we were down there close to, oh my goodness, what was the name? It wasn't Salt. It was on the coastline. It was north of Salt. It was a very old city. But anyway, it was amazing and very impressed with Croatia. Very cool. Germany is always awesome as well. So appreciate it. It's actually just like it's just a ring light. It's mostly the camera, I think. How accurate are U.S. movies affecting the Army? U.S. movies are like, do you mean like U.S. movies portraying the Army? I would say that U.S. movies are better at portraying the Army. I remember like a lot of cringy moments, especially like after you get in and then you're watching movies from like the 80s and 90s and stuff, and even the 2000s, and you're like, what? But I would say the movies they have done a good job of hiring more like consultation and stuff like that, and so they do a better job of representing real things to a degree. I mean, they're still trying to tell an interesting story, and there's like some added drama that probably doesn't really happen very much in real life. So, oh yeah, oh my goodness, lazy. Yes, Bitcoin. Oh, good grief. Yeah, point taken. Yeah, that's definitely what I would have told my past self. Favorite war movie, man. Stripes. Does that count? Does Stripes count? Stripes is definitely my favorite Army movie, for sure. No, it was like an old city. It was like a walled city. There was like a bigger city, S&M. There was a bigger city, and then there was like part of it was like an old walled city. I don't know. It was very cool. What's up, real koala bear? Uh, okay. Air Force Energy. I don't think so. What's up, Artsy? Yeah, depicting the Army. So yeah, I think movies are getting better at depicting the Army for sure. Artsy, I have 4 MOSs now. 1 second, let me take a drink of water here. 4 MOSs. It's because I was in the active Army, then the Army Reserve. Now I'm in the National Guard, right? So the first job I ever had was 13 Romeo, counterfire radar operator. It's like a radar system that tracks incoming artillery rounds. Second job, when I got out of the Army, I joined the Army Reserve. I did 68 Kilo. It's medical lab tech. And so in the Army Reserve, their big job is running the Armed Services blood donor program. The military gets all the donor blood to run at all the military hospitals and all the blood donor banks overseas and stuff. And so anyway, that was a big thing I did as I ran a donor center. It was pretty cool. I got out, joined the South Dakota National Guard, and became a 46 Sierra Public Affairs. That's where I learned how to play with cameras and do all sorts of video editing stuff. Yeah, it was pretty awesome that I was able to join the Guard. They paid me to go to school to figure out how to use cameras and make videos, and then turn around and I used those skills to get this job, and here I am, talking to you now. So it's been a cool thing. Fourth MOS, part of getting this job is I had to get recertified as a 79 Tango, which is recruiter and retention NCO. And that's just what the recruiter class is for the National Guard, because we focus not only on recruiting, we also focus on retention and making sure that soldiers are happy and staying within the Guard. It's half the mission. What else we got? Yeah, comment, subscribe. Give it a share. There you go. Nice, Artsy. I appreciate it. Yeah, it's been pretty awesome, actually, with the reception we've gotten on YouTube. We set up this YouTube channel probably like 8 years ago, and didn't really do a whole lot with it until about a year and a half ago, especially with the YouTube shorts and everything like that. And we were making this other stuff that we were posting on Facebook and Instagram, stuff like that. And I started thinking like, well, I suppose we need to start putting it onto YouTube as well. Like, why not? And then, yeah, it started taking off. People really enjoyed it. And, we've got almost 118,000 subscribers. We're like 40 people away from that right now. So it's been awesome. So, and that's really because of people like you, just following us on here and interacting with us on the streams and sending us comments. And yeah, I really appreciate it. It's been really awesome doing this job and just talking to folks. So nice. Way to go, Lazy. 68 Sierra. I'm trying to think. Wow. Man, now I can't remember what 68 Sierra is off the top of my head. I'm sorry. Wait, so Wikipedia doesn't say guy's size? Oh, Leo, the size of the South Dakota National Guard, we're technically a small state. And what that means is like you have different sizes of National Guards. You have like small, medium, and large. Large is states like California and Texas. We're small, so we only have, let's see if I remember right, 3,100 soldiers in the South Dakota National Guard, and then there's like another 400 in the Air National Guard, so it's like 3,500. Aaron, nice. Essaons, just all of the engineer jobs right there. That's awesome. That's cool. Yeah, it's definitely a great part of this job is going out and, filming people out in the field. I know it's been like a little more centric on myself, and that's partly because of the weather and partly just because of the drill schedules. So, yeah, it's really not fun to film outside when it's, 10 degrees. But summertime's coming around. A lot of units are going to be going out on drills and everything like that. So you're going to see a lot more content here in the coming months, going out there and talking to soldiers out there in the field and the jobs that they're doing. And so, yeah, hopefully, Aaron, you get to see some more of the guys that you served with on the channel. So appreciate that, Beefing. Oh, artsy. Oh, preventative medicine. Okay, makes sense, Lazy. Appreciate that. Yeah. My rank, I am an E6, so that's staff sergeant. So basically imagine middle management. Fire Will, you're going to MEPS tomorrow? That's awesome. Let me know if you have any questions. More than happy to help you with anything. Just make sure you wear some nice clothes. And, just do what they tell you to do. It's pretty easy, and yeah, you should be fine. Nice, Aaron. Well, that's cool. I'll have to try and catch up with you here probably this summer, so it'll be awesome. Hold on, I gotta take another drink of water. Give me a second. Like I was telling people before, I had a cold last week. It was terrible. So I'm sure you can probably tell from the sound of my voice right now. But yeah, fire at will. Let me know if you have any other questions. Do you know what job you're going to try and apply for once you go to MEPS? Let me know. I take it you're going to be joining the National Guard. But yeah, that's awesome. Best of luck to you going to MEPS. Yeah, it's been 34 minutes already. That's crazy. I really appreciate you guys being on this stream with me right now. This has been so chill and relaxed. I really appreciate just being here to answer any questions and hanging out with you guys. So it's been like a pretty awesome group of people here in the chat. So really appreciate it, guys. Well, if we don't get any other questions here real quick, I'm probably gonna cut it off here. It's been 35 minutes now, so voice is starting to give out a little bit. So hey guys, I really appreciate it. Aaron, I hope to see you out there in the field. We'll try and do something with you. Area conspiracy theories, I don't know, man. I mean, Area 51 is actually like a real place, so I think conspiracy theories usually have some legs with it because there's always like a kernel of truth in there, but take everything that you hear with a giant grain of salt as well, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? Yeah, there's probably something true in there. Maybe there's a whole lot of bunk. Nice. Well, thanks for your service there, lazy squirrel. So, but yeah, I'm a leg, Gambling Dan. I'm a leg. So anyway, guys, I think we're going to cut it there. Really appreciate you guys being on the stream with me. We're going to try and do this like weekly. Let me know. This thing's going to be posted up here on the channel as well. It'll stay available for you guys. Write in the comments what days or you think I should get back on, what times. Like, should we do this like as a morning thing? Should be like an afternoon thing? I don't know. We're just trying things out. Nice. Well, that's good, Fire at Will. Thanks to you for volunteering to serve, and I hope everything goes well for you at Maps tomorrow. So travel safe. Hey, guys, that's going to do it for me. I appreciate it. Don't forget, make sure to join the South Dakota Army National Guard.